Imagine sending your little girl or boy to school and then coming back to your house and realizing that you're not going to be able to see them anymore because a greedy asshole millions or thousands of miles away actually just said, I don't want to know anything about my accusations or my pedophilic past or my abusive past, so let me just bomb this area that I haven't all intelligence about and just obliterate them because they are mean and they are evil. Even though they are part of the reason why we're so fucking intelligent as a species. Iran has actually been one of the pillars of mathematics and thinking in general, and yet we say that they are barbaric or something or things like that. And so this time I'm gonna go a bit on a script, but it's not gonna be that long. Hopefully, see how it goes. So this is just to prove a point that it's not about the party or the team or the color or the flag that you choose to subscribe to. It's not about that at all. If you just think about it a bit and analyze history, you'll see that it's not about that at all. It's about ego, a checked ego trying to control you and the way that you think and the way that you talk and the way that you act, just so that they can gain more profit out of you. And it's really sad because it's not something that we can, as a evolving species, can adapt to, because they are restricting us to the same ideas that have not worked before, things that have actually that have made us into this repetitive and oblivious creature that only spurs out or how do you say, you vomit out like a calling card or a talking point or anything that has to do with a specific person's intent to gain more profit. They are funded by greedy people who don't care about anything. And this is not about sides. This is about what they actually do to fall into that category of unchecked ego and subhuman attitudes and demeanors. These are three examples that I actually, four examples, I'm sorry, that say they will yell propaganda while trying to actively push their talking points, what they call beliefs, which are funded by money, people who wish to get richer. It's really that simple. I'm not sure if you know about this, but and the most important or most powerful country that's ever existed, according to them, they actually had a system in which the Republicans were the conscious ones. They are the ones who didn't want slaves to be a thing. They're the ones who tried to work for the people, and then somewhere along the way it got switched over, and then we got the Republicans being the assholes that think that they're better just because their skin doesn't process the sun correctly. So it's not about sides, it's not about teams, it's not about any of that. It's about greedy people. Another point is they yell, "What would Jesus do?" and then completely ignore his "love yourself and others" a main rule, and they just do whatever the fuck they want because it's convenient for them, or it's according to the talking points that they've been told to deliver. They yell pro-life, but entice people to not educate themselves sexually. And they are really quick to send children to kill each other over some dude's profit. Because that's what it is. War is profit. War is not about us being safe. It's about greedy people trying to sell guns and trying to sell influence and trying to sell control and trying to steal things from other people. And that has happened a lot, and that's the main kind of goal of that quote unquote most powerful country, the quote unquote number one, right? They could be, because they have a lot of resources, but those resources have always been obtained in senseless ways that only diminish people's experiences, and makes them be afraid, and makes them be resentful, and I mean, the most powerful country in the world is the one that has most of the times influenced regime changes and political appointments that do not reflect anything but the wish to keep control. It's not for the betterment of the people of that country. It's for them to be able to control their resources through a puppet. And those puppets are usually gutless and spineless and conscienceless. So they end up being greedy fucks who kill people just because they don't agree with them, or people who are trying to get what's right done instead of complying with a assignation of a country that doesn't care about them at all. It just cares about the resources. Instead of teaching those countries to use those resources and being able to cooperate in that way, they just take over because they rather just get the profit right now. It doesn't matter if they cause hunger or poverty and resentment and terrorism. It doesn't matter as long as they can get profit right now. So they don't have even the ones that claim that are the smartest of them all, the most civilized, they don't even care about that, about progress and actually being smart. They care about profit, about convenience. And that's where they'll go. They'll even sacrifice your kids. Let me give you the fourth point here. They yell fascist without knowing what it means, and will even while allowing fascism to negate their Christian beliefs and their Christian claims, because they say they are Christians, they say they are Muslims, they say they are Jews, and I don't have anything against any kind of religion. Jews and Hindus and Christians and Catholics and every single denomination, I believe they are right, but I believe that they are so fucking wrong in how they try to be right, because they don't care about reason. They just care about their religion being the main one, the one in control, the one that dictates truth. But that word truth is even being used to designate a name for a social app that is completely not what truth is. You know, it's not a true platform for truth. It's a platform to lick boots, to spill out or vomit out talking points of people who are greedy and that don't care at all if they send your children to die just because they want more profit. Because that's what this war is about. It's not about liberating people who are obviously oppressed. Because again, it's not about the religion, the Muslim religion. The tenets of it are very, very clear and specific. It's just like the Christian ones and like the other religions ones. They all say the same thing: love yourself, love others, be a community, and enhance your experience. That's all that those books are telling you. But unchecked ego comes in, and it's just not what those statements or those beliefs are. They just write down things like how to treat your slave, how to punish them, how to retaliate against someone who violates or rapes your daughter, and how to remedy that situation, and how to eat certain things and not eat others, and it becomes this unchecked ego's checklist that doesn't have anything to do with the main message, which is love. Religion comes from the word religare. Religare is about us understanding where we come from, which is the universe, stars exploding, planets crashing, and things getting obliterated, and things getting into chaos. And out of all that chaos, for some reason, we were able to be conscious of the chaos and become sentient and become an actual being that is capable of enhancing its experience in the most unimaginable of ways. And yet we keep on trying to make war and teams mentalities be what dictates this landscape, and we're just ruining it all, because we think we're the smartest people alive, and yet we keep on depending on things like war and poverty and inflation and added value and stupid shit that has nothing to do with a fulfilling life or with the promise of a utopia that is very, very possible if it weren't for unchecked ego. Because all the people that I know, the majority of them are just trying to live their lives, and they don't care about war, they don't care about that, but it gets harder for them not to get involved because it's getting harder for us to survive with just what we are earning from our job, because things are getting exponentially more expensive, and it's a generational thing. We do these things over and over again. We keep on trying to make it make sense. But again, it's not about the ism. It's not about capitalism or socialism or communism. It's not about that at all. It's about us finding a way to fuck everything up because we want profit, or we want convenience, or we want influence to get through or to get by. It doesn't matter who we hurt or who we exploit or who we lie to. What matters is the bottom line and how much profit we can get out of any kind of circumstance. So any ism that we invent is just going to go to fucking hell just because of that, because we cannot control ourselves in our greed and our selfishness and our apathy and our disregard for other human experiences. So yeah, this one went a bit over what I was expecting, but I'll do another one later on. Thanks so much for listening, and hope you have a great day.